Hello, hello. Oh my gosh, friends. I'm so excited. It's snowing. It's so snowy outside. We are in the Pacific Northwest. Most of my listeners are in the Pacific Northwest and the Northeast. Some of you lucky folks are down where the weather is warmer and you don't get snow, but a lot of us right now, we're beginning to see the snow out there and we're wondering, okay, how the heck do we exercise now that it's all snowy when a lot of what we used to do was walking around the block and walking outside? So I'm going to help you break through some of those barriers this morning and hopefully get you motivated to see the snow as not a barrier, but actually an asset. Okay, here we go. It's snowy outside. Your normal exercise that you've been attempting to do has been mostly walking. Now, you're looking at the snow and you're saying, first of all, I don't want to fall down. I don't want to go out and slip and fall because we know, right? We know injury-free is our fastest path to success. So it's really easy to say, oh, okay, well, it's only a couple of days of snow. It'll melt in a few days, so I'm not going to walk at all. But stop and pause for a minute and think about that traction thing and make the right decision for you. Because for today, if you look out, if that snow is like fluffy and on the grass, a lot of times you can go out and walk in the snow in the grass and the traction is really good and you're not going to slip and fall. And unless you are like severe osteoporosis, falling in the snow isn't probably going to hurt you. And so that could be something you could do is think, okay, well, maybe I'm not walking around on the pavement where I actually could slip. Maybe I'm just going to walk around in the backyard or go to a place where there's grass and it's softer. So there's one idea. Another one is, it's a little late in the winter for this, but be thinking about for next winter, or you can be a high achiever and do it now. Think about something called Yaktrax. So if you want to get out and you really want to make sure you won't slip, it's called Yaktrax or foot spikes, and it's essentially a pretty cheap attachment. I think they're like $40 that you put on your tennis shoes or your boots. And it essentially, they're like kind of like chains for your feet that, and you will be able to walk around without slipping. Now, definitely want to let you know though, you have to make your own best decision here. So you need to make the best decision for you of, is this snow and the risk of falling truly a barrier, or are there things that you can do to break through that barrier and then be at peace with it and make sense of it? Because if you have severe balance issues, if you're blind and you just won't even be able to see what's plowed or what's not plowed, or there's just more barriers, you got to do what's right for you in that one. Okay. Barrier number 2. It's so much work to gear up and put on all those clothes and all those layers. And it's just like, oh my gosh, the thought of all the work to go out there and do it is just wearing you down. Okay, ding, ding. What did we say? Exercise is any and all movement, getting our body moving. So guess what? Consider getting all those clothes on, putting on that sweater, putting on that coat, finding that jacket that's in the back of the closet, getting all that together. Consider that part of your movement and your exercise for the day. So before you even head out the door, if you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's just so much work, think, oh my gosh, I get to move my body in just getting ready for this activity. Like, yay. Okay. So now some of you might be like, well, just take it or leave it. You decide if that makes you smile. It kind of helps me smile a little more because I'm that way. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like the kid on, The Christmas Story where he's like all bundled up and he feels like claustrophobic, like he can't move in all his gear. That's kind of how I feel sometimes. So now, another thing though that I had an aha about is sometimes we think we need to gear up for the snow completely in our snow gear in order to go out into the snow. But depending on your climate, you might be able to just go out as is, depending on your climate and how far you're going to be out. Like, for example, I woke up a couple days ago and it was snowy and my little 13-pounder Nanu had to go potty, but the snow is so deep, he has this habit of, he's like, oh no, Mom, if it's snowing, I'd rather be in the house. That's like, I'm fine with that. So I was highly motivated to get this dog to do his business outside in the snow. And so I actually had my pajamas on, which was yoga pants and a fleece sweater. I threw on my rubber rain boots, not even snow boots. I threw them on, no socks or anything, grabbed a broom, not even a shovel, and went out and swept the 6 inches of snow off the stairs for my dog. I was sweaty by the time I got that done. And it was maybe 10 minutes of work. And I didn't gear up or anything. And because of the climate, it was only 30 degrees. I was fine. So think about that for you. Think, how long are you really actually going to be outside? How cold is it actually? And maybe you can go out for 15 minutes in whatever you're wearing, and maybe it gets completely soaked, but the second you're not feeling it anymore, you come back inside, take off those wet clothes, let them dry, throw on your comfy sweats, voila, you got 15 minutes outside. Okay, there's another one. The next one, feeling depressed. And this, folks, if you fit in this category of feeling depressed, I got to tell you, in my circle, my bubble of, lots of people, it's kind of everybody right now. We're all feeling down. We're all feeling like, oh my gosh, we've been quarantined a year. Now it's snowing and we're like doubly quarantined. And when you're feeling depressed, it's really hard, almost impossible to get out and get moving. And so if that's you, I know you need a friend to help you. You need a friend to get you outside. So let me be your friend right now. And let me just stand right next to you and say, hey, pal, I'd love to go outside with you. And when you get outside, you know this intellectually, but right now you're not feeling it. And I totally get it. But there's more light outside, AKA more vitamin D, also known as, the happy vitamin. That we know this. We know this. So maybe you don't want to think about like, oh, I'm going to go out and exercise. Maybe it's just, I'm going to go outside and I'm just going to be outside and get some light. And that is good for my body. So there's another reason for you to get out there. You'll just go out, breathe, listen to how quiet it is with the snow, and just relax and enjoy it a little bit. That alone will make anybody feel just a little bit better. Okay, so there's that one. Here's one more final tip that it's going to get a lot of you out the door. Photographs. Did you know that when it's cloud covered outside and there's snow on the ground, the lighting for photographs is amazing, amazing, amazing. It's like better than studio light. So if you were thinking you want to get photos of someone you love, or you want to take a selfie of yourself, and I know I'm all for body positive, love yourself, all that. I'm also all for finding good lighting and making yourself look the best you can. You're like, I'm for both of it. So if you're looking at just taking photos of things or yourself or your dog, now's a really good time, because with the snow, the lighting is awesome and you will look amazing. And so I want to see those snow photos. I want to see you guys out there taking photos of things, taking photos of yourself, and just appreciating the fact that you're alive and breathing today. And we are, nearing the end of the winter, thank God. And just use it as maybe don't even think about exercising. Think about get out and look at beautiful things and take photos of it. And then share the photos with someone, because snow is an amazing, awesome thing. And I bet you have friends who don't live in an area where there's snow, and they would probably really, really enjoy your photos if you shared them and just say, hey, I was thinking of you. This was so beautiful. It made me think of you. So friends, that's your snow breaking barriers for today. Get out there, get into it before it goes away, and have yourself a great rest of your day. Bye-bye now. Are you ready to make exercise a part of your life where you can smile, have more energy, and just love life a little bit more? Get yourself there injury-free and with a great big smile. Head on over to couch2active.com and start your success story today. That's couch2active.com.